There's three big questions that I found that really come up when I talk to people about turning $1,000 into $100,000 in Cardano. And if you want to do that, that's what we're going to talk about today. Basically, this is how do you get the coveted 100x and how do you do it in the Cardano ecosystem. So when we talk about things like this, the three big questions that I often see is how do we know Cardano is going to survive? How do we know price is going to go back to all-time high? How do we know that 2025 the price is going to turn around? Then how do you know which Cardano native tokens to invest in? Because basically, in the strategy, you're going to want to be in native tokens on the Cardano chain. DeFi stuff, meme coins, lending protocols, NFTs, stuff like that, right? Lastly, the third question that I toss in because I talk to people who are struggling with trading is what is going to get in your way of making good trades and making good investments? So people don't really know that they have this problem, but this is the third question that I've thrown in because I know that they have that problem. And if you're watching this, you might even have that problem as well. So really the whole process of turning $1,000 into $100,000 is not as complicated as I really wish it was. I wish it was more complicated because then I would sound a whole lot smarter and everyone would want to believe me more. But really the fact of the matter is that it's much simpler than you would care to think. The whole way that you're going to turn $1,000 into $100,000 in Cardano is you're going to take dollars, or if you live in Europe, you're going to take euros. You're going to take whatever fiat currency that you have, and you are going to buy ADA with it. Then, after you get ADA, you're going to get a Cardano wallet, and you're going to take that ADA, go to Dex Hunter or any Dex on Cardano, and swap that ADA for Cardano native tokens. This can be DeFi protocols, DEXs, lending protocols, Nuvola and other IT infrastructure projects like IAG, cloud service providers, any other token on Cardano that you like. That's the whole strategy. Then you're going to wait 12 months until it's like mid or late 2025 when the bull market's really peaking out, kicking off, getting really into the parabolic phase. Or, maybe it takes to 2026 and we sell it then. But you're going to sell those Cardano native assets back to ADA, back to dollars, and you're going to take your profit and do whatever you want with it. Whether you want to buy a Porsche, whether you want to save for retirement, whether you want to pay off some debts, that's your money to do with it now. That's the only thing that you have to do. And frankly, everything else is overcomplicating it. Now, the hard part is in the nuance. The plan is simple, but the execution, it gets more interesting. It gets more nuanced. Like what Cardano native tokens do you invest in? When do you sell? When do you buy? These are more detailed things. But the simple plan is you take dollars, you buy ADA, you buy Cardano native assets, you wait 12 months, and you sell it all. So now that you know the plan, I'd like to go back to the first question I posed in this video. How do you know Cardano goes back up? And the simple answer is we don't. There is no 100% guarantee in crypto. There's no 100% guarantee in any investment, really. The only thing that we know is that more fiat will be in circulation, ADA is a cap supply, Bitcoin's a cap supply. Like those are the only realities, right? And so the fact of the matter is we don't know Cardano goes back up. On this channel and in Cardano, my belief is that Cardano does go back up because of what the crypto industry is doing and how it's positioning itself. Cardano is a very unique asset in the crypto space. There's lots of blockchains competing for that kind of like Bitcoin style proof of work layer one. We got Bitcoin, Caspa, other things like that. There's a lot of projects competing in like AI or in, like render with kind of like cloud computing, or you have things like Filecoin competing for like data storage. Then you have the fast blockchains like Solana, Sui, Sei, all AVAX trying to compete on speed and scalability in that Ethereum virtual machine lane, kind of branching off into Rust and stuff like that. But as far as Cardano goes, it's really one of a kind. It's one of its own blockchains in the fact that it's doing things a different way. I don't want to say the right way because there is no real right way. But in my opinion, when I look at other blockchains and I look at Cardano, I see a lot of very detailed things that really interest me as a user. To keep it short and sweet, the reason that I think Cardano goes back up is the past history. Cardano has done well in the past cycle. It survived 2018. It survived 2021. The odds are is that it just keeps going and survives 2025, right? The past history has shown us time and time again that price goes up a lot, comes down a lot, goes up a lot, goes down a lot. And at this stage in the cycle, last cycle in 2020 and 2021, Cardano was doing the same thing it's doing now. It's kind of a lagger, kind of stays behind the pack a little bit, but it will make up for it in the parabolic phase of the bull run. We also see that as the bull run starts to go, like the sentiment around Cardano is very tied to the price of Cardano. And this is true with a lot of crypto assets. It was the same with Bitcoin back at 15K in 2022. The sentiment is correlated with the price. And so you have investors that are investing because they know the underlying asset. Think Warren Buffett with Coke, Warren Buffett with Bank of America. If you're investing in Cardano today, you're kind of like that. You understand the underlying aspects of it. And then as price starts to go up, you start to make your return. But then really the major retail population starts to get back into the investment, and then they start to push price even further. Those are the people that are dropping off and kind of being negative about Cardano or any other blockchain, Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, when price is at a lower point. So the big thing is that historically we've seen Cardano do very well. The tech has only gotten better, and I know the saying that good tech doesn't always perform the best, but we don't need Cardano to perform the best in the world. It just has to continue to perform as it's performed in past cycles, and you have a guaranteed 10x this cycle, from 30 cents to basically $3. That's exactly what Cardano did last cycle, got up to $3, and if you bought in today, it's a 10x from here. So the tech is only getting better. Cardano is the best staking model in crypto. It's releasing the best governance model here in just a few weeks in September. And so Cardano is continuing to push the boundaries, and that's why I think Cardano still goes back up. Time will tell, and we'll see, but when I bet my money and invest my money in certain places, I have Ethereum, I have Bitcoin, I have, some small L1s, but I always have Cardano because I always think it's kind of like it's going to be a shocker and a big player long-term in the crypto space. So now that we've identified Cardano will most likely go back up along with the rest of the crypto market, how do we know what Cardano native assets to buy? That's essential to the strategy. You take dollars, you buy ADA, you buy Cardano native assets. Well, the next big question people always ask is, well, how do I know which Cardano native assets to buy? Buying the right ones will give you hundreds of X's in return, thousands of dollars, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars in gains, and buying the wrong ones could either have you underperforming, have you losing money, having you get scammed, having you get rug pulled, all of these other things. So how do we know which ones to buy? If I was talking to someone just really trying to figure this strategy out, there's some easy guidelines I would say in order to hit this coveted 100x. And they're easy, they're simple and easy, but they're nuanced again. Everything in this strategy is nuanced. And so in order to kind of pick a Cardano native asset that is going to give you these types of returns and fit into this narrative while also kind of lowering risk a little bit, you kind of have to work backwards from your problem. We know that we want to turn $1,000 into $100,000. We know that we want 100x. Okay, so there has to be some level of risk there. We also know that this Cardano native asset has to be lower than a certain market cap. And the market cap I like to target is a 50 million market cap or lower. Thankfully on Cardano, you have a lot of options to pick from in this kind of market cap range of under 50 million market cap. But the reason I say this is I would be very surprised if something like World Mobile Token did a 100x. So if you're trying to get a 100x, you should not buy World Mobile Token. Now, the WMT army will argue with me about this all day, but just to give you the best chance of a 100x, you should not be invested in one of the largest projects on Cardano. You need to be invested in projects that have seen success, have a good history, have a good product, but are lower on the market cap scale. Maybe 20 million market cap, 30 million market cap, in order to just give you a better chance. Cardano is like a $15 billion market cap asset. Last cycle, I think it got close to 90 or $100 billion market cap. This cycle, I'd like to see it to get around, $300-400 billion market cap. If Cardano can get to a $300 to $400 billion market cap, then your 50 million market cap project can possibly, maybe, get to a $5 billion market cap. So if you start with something over $50 million market cap in order to get a 100x, it's going to be really hard to get it above $5 billion in the bull run, in my opinion. I would like to target something from like a $10 million market cap to a $1 billion market cap in this cycle to get that 100x. After you kind of focus on what the market cap of the project is, kind of filter out some projects that are too big, filter out some that are too small, maybe under like a couple million market cap. The next thing you want to do is identify what projects in that range are actually good projects. And the first thing I like to go to is, what is a successful narrative? Now, I also have this argument with people a lot of times, but there's a lot of things I would never invest into. One of the big ones that people always want to invest in is gaming. Gaming, right? Gaming and AI. In my opinion, I would just look at what has worked in historical cycles. And yes, new narratives will come, new things will grow. People will make millions on AI or gaming or real world assets, all these things, right? I don't care. If you want the best chance of a 100x, you should look at what has performed well in the past and what will continue to perform well. So the majority of the world is just moving too fast. They're like, oh, DeFi was good last cycle, gaming is going to be good this cycle, or gaming was good last cycle, RWA is good this cycle, right? And so I don't think the markets move that quickly. I don't think we've saturated crypto enough. And so what I would say is you want to pick an easy, successful narrative that you've seen do well, that will do well again, because it's an essential core of the crypto ecosystem. And so when I say that, the one that I'm talking about is DeFi. I invest in DeFi projects that are undervalued, under $50 million market cap, that can potentially 100x. That's my personal area of expertise on Cardano, and that's the one that I would recommend you go for. DeFi was popular last cycle. It was popular the cycle before that. It will always be popular because people get into crypto as a new form of money, and they want to leverage that money. They want to trade that money. They want to lend that money when they make $1 million, right? DeFi will always thrive. So I wouldn't try to do this 100x strategy on just meme coins or just NFTs or just AI. You can toss some of it in there. I think people will definitely make millions on meme coins, on AI, on all these crazy things, on gaming. But if you're new and you're looking for a strategy, I would not bet the whole boat on like a gaming project or a meme coin, because I can give you a lot of reasons why the necessity and the need for those projects are just not there yet. After you filter through the market cap, after you filter through what projects have a good narrative, then you should go through the projects and say, what are the tokenomics? What is the market dominance? What is the use case? Do they have a working product? All of these things should factor into your ability to pick a project and understand, is this project a good project for me? Is it something I want to hold? Is it something that's good for a retail investor like myself? Because that's what you are. If you're watching this video, you're a retail investor, and you just need to accept it and accept that you're not a venture capitalist. You're not a hedge fund. You're not going to do all these crazy things on a Bloomberg terminal. You're trading against me. I'm trading against you. You're trading against all the other people who watch this channel and Dan Gambardello's channel and Diap Radar, Diap Central's channel. We're just retail investors, okay? Don't overcomplicate it. Find tokenomics that have a lot of tokens in the circulating supply, that have, a lot of allocation to the public, that is not run by insiders and VCs. Find a project. I prefer projects that are out, that have a product, that are working, that I like, that I use. I invest in things that I use. So that's my personal opinion. You can invest in things that are working on getting the product out, like they did a pre-sale, trying to get the funding to build the product. But I've invested in those things before and I've lost thousands of dollars. So I don't know, live and learn. Maybe try it, maybe don't. But you need to look at the fundamentals and the tokenomics and the use case and figure out, is this dominating its market or is it not? That's basically the whole strategy. Questions 1 and 2 of our 3-question scenario. That's how you find projects, that's how you invest in projects, and that's why I think Cardano and Cardano native tokens can turn you $1,000 into $100,000. It is that simple. If you want to know specifically what projects I'm invested in, you can DM me on Twitter, I'll talk to you, or leave a comment down below, I'll tell you. But I don't think there's any right or wrong reason. I personally, like, for example, don't invest in the meme coins a whole lot, but I know people who have made $1 million on meme coins. So if you like meme coins, just go learn about meme coins, figure out which meme coin is small enough to do a 100x on Cardano, which one has the community, which one has the backing, which one has the tokenomics and the use case and all that. Do your due diligence and do your analysis, and you can find a 100x meme coin. You can find a 100x lending protocol, a 100x NFT, a 100x gaming project. There's all of them out there, okay? These are just my suggestions on how to go about it. So now that we've answered the first 2 questions, I want to talk about the third question, the question that you specifically are not thinking about. It's the one that I know people are dealing with, and it's what is going to get in your way as a trader? What has gotten in my way as a trader that I've learned to overcome? The first thing is that most people are going to lack the patience and the conviction, especially if they're new. Building this strategy from the beginning, trying it out for the first time, not really sure what to do, and kind of looking at this video trying to get a way to get a 100x. You need to master patience, conviction, and not over trading, not over analyzing, not over stressing. The biggest thing that's going to get in your way is those things. You're going to question whether you're in the right asset or not. You're going to question whether you should follow what the influencer on Twitter is saying. And you're probably going to consume too much media online that is going to sway your opinion and your perception of what to do. The way that you can counteract this is, one, stay off of social media. You can use social media to do research or build your little Twitter page or, engage with some friends on there. But if you find yourself comparing your portfolio to other people's portfolio, your gains to other people's gains, or your losses to other people's gains, or your investments to other people's investments, if you find envy or jealousy or fear or emotions, get off of social media. That's the biggest thing that's going to hurt you. In fact, when you're doing these investments, I urge you to take a break from social media and make an investment plan and invest in things without social media, without sharing it, without consuming anything about what other people are doing with their investments. Okay? So get off of social media, because it's going to sway you and cause fear and emotion and panic in newer traders or traders who are not disciplined enough to kind of understand that that's happening to them. Second, you need to have patience and conviction. I have been buying trades over the past couple months that are 12-month trades for me. Buying Bitcoin at 15K, if you did that is a 12-month trade, right? You've just been sitting around. The biggest investments that Warren Buffett makes are year-long trades, okay? So when we're talking about trading and investing in crypto, I so often see people talk about 30 days or daily charts or 12-hour charts or, what I've done this week or what I do next week. In my opinion, these are fruitless things. What you should be looking at if you're trying to deploy this strategy is, what can I do over this year that would make me proud of myself? And I think that if you look at a daily investment, like a daily chart, every day emotions can change. If you look at a weekly chart, you get a little bit more sense of what's happening. And if you zoom all the way out to a monthly chart, you really are just focusing on the direction and the fundamentals. So I urge you when making these investments to push your horizons out further. Not too long, because we're only in this for this cycle. You're buying an asset to be in it for just this cycle, whether it's 2025 or 2026 as your sell point. The investments that you're making today for this 100x strategy are not 5-year investments. They're 1-year investments. So look on a 1-year time horizon and say, okay, is this an investment I'd be happy with over the next 12 months? And at any point in time during the cycle, you can pivot. But if you want to make the best decisions possible and have the best portfolio possible and handle the emotions and what's going to get in your way, make a long-term commitment to your investments. Only invest in things that you're happy to hold for quite a while, because that's how long it's going to take to see the returns that you want to see. You're not going to see the 100x returns in a week or in a month. We're not at that stage in the cycle. Maybe in 12 months you can see a 100x overnight, but not today. You're not going to. And so what I would do is get your emotions in control, get off social media, make an investment plan based on you and yourself, and invest in things that you like. And then don't let other people influence you. Don't let other people tell you what's right and what's wrong, because you don't know their track record. You don't know what they're capable of or what they're trying to do or what their opinions are. You are your own self. I recently made this tweet and it said, if you didn't have Twitter, if you didn't have YouTube, if you didn't have someone to share your portfolio with or anyone else's portfolio that you had to see, how would you invest? What returns would you be happy with? And that's the way I think you should frame this. So this is how I would turn $1,000 into a $100,000 in Cardano. I actually am deploying my own capital into this, and I've made enough investments to put me into the millionaire range if every investment hits. Now, I don't think every investment will hit. I definitely don't think every investment will hit to a 100x, but if you deploy this strategy and you get a 50 or a 60 or a 70x, I think you should still be very, very incredibly happy with yourself, okay? It's more like you do this a couple times, cycle over cycle, and then you have millions and millions of dollars. So the strategy of turning $1,000 into $100,000 is simple but nuanced. All you got to do is go get your fiat, buy ADA, buy Cardano native assets like DeFi protocols, lending protocols, meme coins, NFTs, whatever you like, whatever you can commit to, whatever you believe in, and then just wait and monitor your investments on a weekly basis, not a daily basis, and then just let those things ride. It's super simple, and I really hope that you kind of understand what I'm trying to get forward with this video. But that's how I would turn $1,000 into $100,000. And if you get to like $70,000 and you got to sell because this is the top of the market, kudos to you for recognizing the time to sell, okay? If you're watching this video and you're still like, what in the world? How do I do tokenomic analysis? How do I do market analysis? How do I do fundamental analysis? Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to buy? My mind is racing. I have no idea. Dawson, help me. If you have those questions, down in the description, I have a course called the 1 Hour Trader. It's how I trade crypto assets in 1 to 2 hours a week, and I really don't do anything. I just buy for the long term. I buy for today, and I sell in 12 months. And it's simple, it's easy, it reduces my stress, it reduces my work. I have a lot of things going on in my life and my family and my work and my business, and I don't have time to sit in front of the computer and trade, and I really don't want to. I don't want trading to be a day job for me. I want it to be something that is very simple and easy. So that's how I do it in the course down below. Feel free to grab it. I'm also going to be releasing a couple free courses that I'm working on right now. So be watching out for those. We'll try and add them into future videos. Stuff about stress, stuff about emotions, stuff about over trading. So I'm really excited for those to share those with you. But that's how I turn $1,000 into $100,000 in Cardano. Hopefully you can do it this cycle, and I believe if you implement these things, you definitely can make it happen. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you in the next one.